All right, hello. Here you are on your Tuesday lesson, the fall collapse of the Soviet Union. Yes, that did happen. There is no Soviet Union today. And your goal is to explain how the countries that were part of the Soviet Union got their independence. Because it wasn't just the Soviet Union fell apart. One of the reasons it fell apart was people wanted their independence. They wanted freedoms again. And seriously, in a communist, socialist type state like that, you don't have a lot of freedoms. Now, this timeline is a little bit confusing. Just go mainly not so much on the lines connecting to the timeline, but the dates connected to these events, where you see the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, the Warsaw Pact ended in 1991, Gorbachev kind of comes to power, Mikhail Gorbachev, the last Soviet premier, 1985. These policies, glasnost and perestroika, you'll learn about them in this lesson. And the Soviet Union officially finally broke apart in December 25th, 1991. So, what you're going to be doing is looking at this Ducksters page, read the questions first again, then go to the Ducksters page, have it open, and answer the questions one by one. They're really not that difficult. And the other required thing, the second required thing you do is you just look at this cartoon where you see Mikhail Gorbachev looking at the broken hammer and sickle, which was a symbol of the Soviet Union, and you say the three things you see, the one thing you think, and the one thing you wonder. So then it's your reflection survey. Now, you don't have to do the optional activities. That's what they're called, optional. However, this is a cartoon for you to analyze. It shows the Soviet Union sinking and these countries breaking away in their lifeboats. But then you have an optional activity. How did the people feel? And I give you some vocabulary here to help you understand this, because the source you would be using would be a video that shows people in the streets standing up for their freedom as they were getting more freedom, and all of a sudden the hard line, the real hardcore communist people try to come back and take over. Then you see some more of this. How did the people in the streets feel? So when you see a description of it here, you have some of these people standing up against the communists. And then you see the other thing that's happened at the same time that all this fighting was going on in the streets is they had this massive, massive rock concert with some bands they call heavy metal music. And they had just been invited in by that leader of the Soviet Union. And it was really strange because a few years before that, if the people had listened to openly that kind of music, they'd have been arrested. So that's just another optional thing for you to do. So again, ask any questions you have.